All right. I sure hope you guys are ready. We have a big week coming up for the stock market. We got some huge news regarding tariffs over the last couple of days, which we have to break down. And we're going to go over 5 companies, all of which are set to report earnings this week. We're talking companies like Netflix, Taiwan Semiconductor, ASML, plus more. But first, before we dive into the video, guys, hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe, follow along for more content, and join the free email stock newsletter where I send out my top stocks weekly. Did I say it's free? Yeah. It's free, guys, so use that link down below. Take a sip of your coffee as well. Cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in, and let's dive into it. So you probably know at this point, the stock market had a very nice bounce back day. On Friday, we had the S&P up 1.8%, the Dow went up 1.5%, same with the Russell. It looks like QQQ went up about 1.8% as well, and this could potentially continue tomorrow considering the tariff exemptions that we just got, which we might as well just dive right into that right now. Let me pull this up. Boom, bada, boom, boom, boom. There we go. So you guys see the headline. It says Trump exempts, if I could talk today, phones, computers, and chips from new tariffs. So you guys can see here's Donald Trump in the Oval Office. This is on April 9th during the trade war, right? And if we zoom in a little bit here, we can see President Donald Trump exempted smartphones, computers, and other tech devices and components from his reciprocal tariffs, according to new guidance from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. And the guidance, which was issued late Friday evening, comes after Trump earlier this month imposed 145% tariffs on products from China, a move that threatened to take toll on tech giants like Apple, amongst other companies. And of course, Apple makes iPhones and most of its other products in China. So they're going to be directly impacted from these tariffs until now. And the guidance also includes exclusions for other electronic devices and components, including semiconductors, solar cells, flat panel TV displays, flash drives, and memory cards. So this is big news, guys. Very big news, which could be setting up tech stocks like Apple, Nvidia, other big names in the semiconductor space to move up tomorrow, maybe throughout this entire week. It's not guaranteed, but these stocks have an interesting setup right now heading into this week. The White House said on Saturday the exemptions were made because Trump wants to ensure that companies have time to move production to the U.S., which, come on, I doubt that's the case, right? I mean, sure, he could be saying that, but is that the reality? Probably not, right? Probably not. We're maybe on the brinks here of some sort of agreement, of a deal. Will these companies bring production to the U.S.? Come on, man. A lot of their production is going to still be in China. We're going to come to some sort of deal. Let's keep it real. If Apple brought all their production to the U.S., iPhones would be thousands of dollars. We'll read more about that here in a second. So White House Deputy Press Secretary said that Trump has made it clear America cannot rely on China to manufacture critical technology such as semiconductors, chips, smartphones, and laptops, blah, blah, blah. But I guarantee you we will still rely on China when this is all said and done. That's just my thought. We shall see, though. And the 20 product categories listed in the CBP guidelines, what's that stand for again? The Border Patrol. Either way, they're apparently exempt from the 125% tariff imposed by Trump on Chinese imports and the 10% baseline tariff on imports from other countries, and a 20% tariff on all Chinese goods still remains in effect, though. Keep that in mind. And Listen to this. Apple manufactures 80% of iPads and more than half of Mac computers produced in China. And this, according to Dan Ives, is a dream scenario for tech investors, right? He said smartphones, chips being excluded is a game changer scenario when it comes to China tariffs, which I agree with 100%. And again, this could be setting up stocks, tech stocks especially, to do very well this week. We shall see. And listen to this. The cost of an iPhone under Trump's tariff plan could have ballooned to as high as $3,500 under some estimates, which is insane. Think about spending $3,500 on an iPhone, and who knows if that's the base iPhone or the iPhone Pro Max. The Pro Max would probably be $4,000 plus for all we know. And a lot of people would still buy it for $3,500, but a lot of people would be priced out. But the reality is, man, we don't want $3,500 iPhones. We don't. Why would we want that? That's just insanity. I mean, come on now. And of course, we saw the benchmark 10-year Treasury yield soar a ton, which was a big problem, caused a lot of panic, or maybe not panic, but fear in the market, which maybe I'll make a video on that moving forward, or maybe another time. But that's the big news. That's the big news right now. We're getting tariff exemptions on some key components in tech, from semiconductors to, different parts in phones, different technology products, solar cells, TV displays. This is very big news, which I'm excited to see how it plays out tomorrow. So we are setting up, interestingly, right now. We covered this in previous videos. We have a cup and handle on SPY. If I zoom in, you guys see that cup and handle. And on QQQ is the same thing. A nice cup and handle here. And we are seeing a golden cross on the 1 hour time frame on QQQ and SPY. So could that be signaling more upside? It very much could be. So let me show you now 5 stocks I'm watching for this week. Don't click off the video yet, guys. We're just getting started. Number 1 is Netflix, ticker symbol NFLX. And by the way, hit the like button on this video. Make sure to subscribe. Follow along for more content if you haven't done so already. So we have the big dog Netflix reporting earnings this week. And their stock year to date, I'm pretty sure, is pretty flat or maybe up a little bit from what I saw. But in the last couple of months, well, a couple of weeks really, since the end of February, it is down about 15%, from $1,070 a share now to $918 a share. And this company is reporting earnings on Thursday the 17th after the bell. And at this point, we're not really, breaking out or showing any signs of a full breakout by any means, but we are testing the top of this channel that I just drew out, which, who knows, if the overall market pops this week, we get tech moving, maybe Netflix reports good numbers on Thursday, this could be setting us up for an overall breakout out of this channel. So Netflix is reporting earnings per share. These are all projections, by the way, guys. They're projecting $5.73 versus $5.28 from last year. So their EPS estimate is not too bad compared to last year's number. And revenue, they're projecting $10.51 billion versus $9.37 billion last year. So they are projecting to grow revenue by 12% year over year. Not bad. And notice how right now we're not only testing the top of this channel like we covered, but we're also testing the highs from the end of last year, from December, the early days of January being about 920 to 940. That's a big level of resistance, guys. So if we're able to somehow find our way above this point, this could be a breakout spot for the stock. I'm going to set my alert at $950. Mark is at or above, and we'll see if we're able to take out the channel and the highs from a couple of months ago. So that's Netflix, number one. Number two, which is a very, very big stock, very interesting company to watch out for, especially now with the trade war going on. Taiwan Semiconductor, guys, they're in the thick of it right now. There's a lot of fear around TSM. What's going to happen with these tariffs? Is China going to invade Taiwan, take over TSM? There's a lot of fears going on around that, and that's caused the stock to go down like no other. It's down 30% from the recent high that we hit just about 2 months ago. We hit this point in the end of January, 227 we hit. Now we're at 158, and we got down to 129, guys. This stock was down 43% from highs, and they're reporting earnings on, I believe, Wednesday. Let me double check. Actually, no, Thursday the 17th, same day as Netflix, but TSM is in the morning. Netflix is after the bell. So this is a stock that I was so close to buying, quite frankly, about a week ago, but the political risk right now, the tariff risk, although we did get news that semiconductors are going to be exempt. We'll see how that goes. But still, the risk with China, maybe, taking over, who knows what's going to happen here. That kind of kept me away from it, and quite frankly, I do have a lot of exposure to NVIDIA and AMD already. I don't know if I want to throw TSM in there as well, but who knows? If it comes down a bit more, especially after earnings, I might consider picking it up. We shall see. What are you guys doing, by the way? Let me know in the comments about TSM. Either way, TSM, they're projecting earnings per share of $2.04 versus $1.38 from last year. Not bad, pretty good growth there. And revenue, the estimate is $832 million versus $592 million from last year, up 40% year over year. So this company's growing nicely. They're projected to grow 40% year over year revenue, and their stock, like I said, is down 30% in the last couple of months. It's beaten up, guys, definitely beaten up. And it's a great company, but the risk is, again, the political risk here. Big risk, but, we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how this week goes. And overall, the more you pull the layers back on the chart, it looks great. It looks great. Voice crack, guys. Oh, my God. I might need a sip of this coffee. Hold on a second. It looks good. On the 3-year chart, not too bad, but we'll see how it goes this week with everything going on with the, tariffs, the exemptions that we covered. So ASML is another one that's in the semiconductor space. This one has not been doing well for months. I mean, this thing it's been down way before the trade war kicked off, and it's kind of been flat the last couple of months. Well, I guess it started slipping down again in the last month, but either way, this stock is reporting earnings, or this company is reporting earnings on the 16th, which is on Wednesday in the morning, ticker symbol ASML. And the EPS estimate for this company is, $5.76 versus $3.11 from last year on revenue of $7.77 billion. That's the projection versus $5.29 billion last year. That's up 46% year over year. So ASML is projected to grow almost 50%, and TSM right at 40%. So this is pretty good for these two stocks. But again, the charts do not look good, especially here on ASML, and it's going to need big news, maybe a guidance beat or something for this to start breaking out. And I don't know. I just need to see it first to believe it, right? So that's ASML, very important company to watch. UAL, we're now transitioning a bit away from semiconductors. United Airlines. United Airlines is definitely one worth watching. The stock's down almost 50% from highs, which is nuts. I mean, realistically, this stock got way overvalued. I mean, somehow, some way, it went from $37 back in August of last year all the way to 120. I don't know why the stock went up 250%. I don't know why, but it did. And now we've given back a lot of that gain heading into earnings on the 16th, which is on Wednesday in the morning. So UAL is projecting EPS of 74 cents versus the loss of 15 cents from last year on revenue of $13.18 billion versus $12.54 billion from last year. That's up 5% year over year. Not great by any means, but honestly not too bad either. These airline companies, these stocks, guys, they don't grow like crazy. I mean, they just don't. It's not a business where they're growing 20% year over year, especially these more legacy airlines like UAL. So 5% is not too bad. Expected revenue growth year over year. But man, this chart looks terrible. We do have a bit of a cup and handle on UAL. You guys see that cup and handle forming on the 4-hour chart, which is decent, but we're not obviously breaking out of this downtrend yet, and it's going to take some time before we actually do that. So earnings are on Wednesday in the morning, and last but not least, guys, I appreciate you all for sticking throughout this video. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Follow along for more. If you haven't and you made it till the end here, again, I appreciate you guys. We have Bank of America. So on Friday, we had JP Morgan, I believe Wells Fargo. They're typically on Friday. Yeah, so we had a couple banks report this past Friday, and you guys know when banks are starting to report, earnings season is here. And here we go. Not JP Morgan. Bank of America is this upcoming week. So they're on, I believe, Tuesday. Yeah, they're on Tuesday in the morning, and this stock has not been doing well. I mean, this thing was at $48 earlier in January this year. Now it's at $35, so it's down about 26%. It's in a bear market, and again, earnings are on Tuesday. Maybe, just maybe, earnings turn things around. I mean, JP Morgan and Wells Fargo, I think, had decent green days on Friday when they reported. JP Morgan went up 4% on Friday. Wells Fargo went down. Yikes. Wells Fargo is not the best bank. Let's just say that. JP Morgan probably is the best bank, in my opinion. Call me crazy, but that went up 4%. Bank of America is definitely better than Wells Fargo, but not quite to the level of JP Morgan. So who knows? Maybe this does bounce back. Time will tell. But they're projecting 82 cents earnings per share versus 76 cents from last year on revenue of $26.9 billion versus $25.8 billion from last year. So BAC's revenues projected to grow 4.2% year over year. Not great, but honestly not too bad. 4% is 4%. Not bad for a bank these days, to be honest. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to bore you too long. We're here almost 20 minutes now. That's what's going on. 5 companies I'm watching. That's the news around tariffs, which I think is setting us up for a nice rebound day tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe I'll do another video tonight when the futures market opens. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Before you click off, make sure to join my free email stock newsletter. I send out my top stocks weekly for free. That is linked down below. Get in there, guys. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.